what's cracking? It's your favorite day of the week. And that's because we got the hottest set of twins, Queen Reese and Sway Swizz, always giving you that motivation and that inspiration. So congratulations on tapping in with the twins. It's time to tap in. It's time to tap in. It's time to tap in. Tap in with the twins. Hey. It's time to tap in. Okay. It's time to tap in. Okay. It's time to tap in. Tap in with the twins. Hey.
That's right. That's right. What's up, everybody? Episode 4, Tap In with the Twins podcast.
Yes.
First off, we just want to thank everybody for the support thus far.
Yes.
We're enjoying this journey so far. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed, to the people that have reposted, to the people that have shared our post and just shared our podcast.
Likes,
we really appreciate y'all.
Yes.
Thank you to people who leave the comments. Just wanted to get that out the way first and foremost.
Big
Twin,
thank you.
What's up, Queen?
What's happening?
How you doing?
What's happening, boss?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I took me a little shot after our little conversation
did
earlier.
you?
You know, we
You
ain't gonna
little
tell
lit.
people just yet, but
Oh,
we got
okay.
some exciting news.
We do.
You
We
know,
do.
coming soon.
We
You know,
do.
I know we that much closer to the next encore. Let's just say
Facts.
that.
Facts.
So, yeah.
Facts. Yep, it's definitely been a
I'm
good day
excited.
for me as well. And Twin, you know, lit for me already.
Exactly,
She's like, I took a shot for you already. I'm like, dang, I ain't even took a shot. But I'm definitely having a great day, a great week actually. Like the past 2 weeks have been really
about
busy, but on some next level stuff. You know what I mean? And just trying not to discuss anything until everything is final. And I'm just excited for what's to come for my brand, for the franchise. And
Yes.
birthday is next week, so
Yes.
I'm
Good.
excited. I'm excited.
Me too. Me
Yes,
too.
but you know, y'all know me, and I was thinking, you know what? We need to actually go on to make this a segment, right?
Okay.
Because I always got a story to tell. I usually start
do.
off with a story, right? So we're gonna go ahead and call this Story Time with Sway.
Hey, I
right?
like
And I
it.
got a pretty dope story today. It kind of ties into what we'll be discussing later on, and just life in general. You feel me? So,
Let's hear it.
check this out, right? So, to make a long story short, because we've already
See how
repeated
short
some
it's
of
gonna
this
be.
in regards to my barbering career, right? So when I first opened I first worked in a traditional barbershop where it was like 10 to 12 chairs, right? And then I worked inside of a salon suite, and I rented a pretty big suite, and I had about 5 or 6 chairs in the suite, right? And I was the only one in there. I had put every penny I had into it. I had all my favorite colors. I
remember.
had red barber chairs. You remember you was
I
there before
remember,
they
yeah.
even had the walls up. Remember they just had the tape.
Yep.
And I was like, I want that little space
like,
right
what
there.
is she doing?
Exactly. And man, I just appreciate you being there, because I remember so much always like, Twin, what you think?
I know.
You think I'm doing the right thing? Like, what? And you always
With
like,
my
yes,
non-experienced
boo.
ass.
Listen, but you a great yes man. You hear me? Like, I know they say don't keep a bunch of yes men around, but you got to keep one that just keep you motivated and just believes in
Right.
you. You know what I mean? And
The
Twin used to
the
always
right
like,
yes man, yes, because he
boo,
was right
yes.
with right.
Listen.
I definitely don't just be saying yes for the hell of it. It definitely was.
And listen, when you said yes, I'm like, okay, bet. If Twin say yes, look, you got
sure
less experience
did.
than me in the industry. And I'm like, but Twin said to do it, I trust it. But anyway, so when I started working, right, I was looking for beauty professionals and stuff. And I couldn't find any. It was hard to find some. And I had one of the biggest suites in there. Most people only had like a single suite or a double
Right.
suite. But I actually tried to have a entire salon within a salon business. And so, you know, I had like the brick paper
Yeah.
wallpaper. So it looked really cool.
It's dope with the red accent.
Exactly. So, but I'm like, well, shit, this mug look nice, but it's pretty empty in here. I'm in here echoing like, hello, oh. So anyways, I remember I didn't actually have another beauty professional join the team until like 6 months in, right? So it was this guy who used to push a grocery cart, and he would sell fruit. And he would always come around. He would go to all the salon suites and sell his fruit. That's all he sold. And he would always come to my suite, and he was very discouraging, because he would just lean on his little cart like, you sure you still in here by yourself? I'm like, yeah. You sure you still want to do this? I'm like, yeah, I got it. Like, it's just, you know, I got to have a little patience. It's just going to take a little bit of time, but I got this. So he would always come, y'all. I'm talking about like every week. And I remember when I would see him or hear the wheels on his raggedy ass cart, I would just I would feel some kind of way, and I would try to avoid him, because he really would shake my mood that day, because I'm like, oh, here he go, about to say some discouraging ass shit. Like,
Right.
You sure? He'd be like, you sure you don't want to just downgrade and go work here and do this and do that? I'm like, no. In the back of my head, I'm thinking, no, I don't want to be pushing fruit all my life, like, because that's clearly the mindset you have. That's why you're still pushing fruit. And no diss to anybody who sells fruit. You guys will understand the story. Right. So after 6 months of just hearing him, and like I said, just he would give me anxiety. He would just shake my mood for the day. Like I really didn't like him because he just never motivated me. It was just always something negative, and he just felt like my dreams was too big, right? So fast forward to me opening my first salon suite.
Tell him.
And I have 2 locations now. He actually comes to both, but he actually comes to my salons now and sells his fruit. And I remember when he first came to the Atlanta location, and he was like, "This you?" I'm like, "Yeah." I can't even remember how the introduction. I can't remember, but I know we saw each other, and he was like, "This you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, this me." He was so speechless. He was just still leaning on his car like, wow, you did it. You said you was going to do it. I was like, right. And I said, I remember you always used to come to my suite and discourage me, and I would encourage you not to do that no more. Luckily, I was strong enough to just shake you off, but some people can't shake it off. You know what I mean? Some people, he's older. They might have been like, oh, his advice might be,
Right, they
reasonable.
figure older might
Exactly.
be a little more
like maybe he might be wiser, but I never forget that moment, how he made me feel, and then how the tables turned, and now he comes to my establishment to make his money. You feel me? And it's just, you gotta just, first of all, like we mentioned before, you don't share your dream with everybody, but if you do, sometimes it's public. In that case, it's public, right? But you gotta just learn how to block out those people who don't dream big like you, right? Because everybody won't see your vision. And some people just have small minds. You know what I mean? Like they do think your dream is too big. And then you blow them away when you actually accomplish it. But just being strong as you guys, pursue your goals and stuff like that, just making sure you keep the right people around you, and you know how to shake off that negative energy. You know what I mean? And people who don't believe in you. And as long as you believe in yourself, I promise you that is all that you need. If anybody else believes in you, it's definitely a bonus, but it starts with you and it ends with you. So if you see that vision, make it happen.
Exactly. And just learning not to even take it personal, I feel like, because I know just even with what I'm currently dealing with, house shopping, which has just been a journey. But I know I would just, and this is just giving another example, but I know, some people would say with some of the houses I was looking at, well, why so big? Why so much? Or why and in my head, I'm like, I actually thought it was kind of small, or I actually thought it was kind of, but I just had to learn to realize that, everybody doesn't see your vision. So, everybody may not see themselves in the house that I see myself in. And I'd learned to just not even take it personal, for whatever reason it is. They don't see it. Don't let it deter me from, the goals that I have and what I have going on. And to just, like you said, put your mind to it. If you see it, if it's your vision, go for it. Nobody else has to see it. As long as you see it, go for it. Don't
not even your parents.
Yes.
Not even your parents. Sometimes your parents won't see your vision. Prove
partners.
them wrong. Like, use that as motivation and prove them wrong. And that's what I did. Like you said, I didn't take it personal. I kind of did. But I could have reacted a lot differently, but I tried to just keep it peaceful. Like, go on, I don't want your fruit gone. But definitely just not taking it personal and using it as motivation. You know what I mean?
And learning from it and learning to pour into people. So if you're that person who maybe is like that, because some people even show concern when they're really hating and just, when you're doing great things, sometimes people do that. But if you are that person, maybe just use this as a lesson to just reverse that and just pour into people. It's a struggle enough trying to do things in life. So we all look for support. So even if you think somebody's vision or plan is just absurd or crazy, just still encourage them, support them, or just don't say shit.
Right. Right. But just respect their vision. Exactly. Even if you don't see it, it's not your vision. You're not going to see it. You know what I mean? But just respect it and encourage them. Anything is possible. You know what I mean? I'm sure whatever goal it is that they have, somebody else has already accomplished it. So, you know what I mean? Encourage them. They can do it. It doesn't matter where you're from, how old you are. It's never too late.
Exactly.
And I remember even when I opened Marietta location, people were like, oh, you're going out to Marietta? You think that's going to work? Marietta is completely full, just like Atlanta. I have a waiting list for both of them. So
and
it's always going to be somebody that just doesn't see your vision and that thinks it's too big, or you're making a wrong decision. Know who to consult. You know what I mean? Like if it's a tax question or something like that, talk to a tax professional, talk to your attorney, your financial advisors. But if it's just friends giving you all this advice and you've done your research and you know it's possible, just don't even talk to them about it no more, so that it doesn't become an issue, because it can sometimes. You can talk to your friends and then they'll just kind of make you feel some kind of way, and it'll put a damper on the relationship. You know what I mean? So just...
And we all want to talk to our friends and tell them, share, sometimes it sucks when we feel like we can't share exciting news because we're not going to get the support we want, or, you just never know. But
exactly.
Yeah, so let's all support each other.
Exactly.
So speaking of, I know we often get asked, you primarily with your Miss Franchisor, get asked often about, just how to start a business, how to get going, just things of that nature. So I think it'd be good for us to just kind of talk a little bit about that, just to maybe send a little motivation out in the world, especially with what all has been happening in 2020. Maybe we can all use this continued quarantine time to just, elevate our lives and go into some different things, whether it's, new business ventures or whatever it may be.
Exactly. And keep in mind, when people ask me that too, they ask me like, well, how do you do this? And, I tell people all the time, it's not just like a one sentence answer.
Right.
Like, I mean, it takes time. I'm not gonna be like, I just found a building, filled it up, and then we here. Like, no, you know what I mean? It's a lengthy process, but and it's very broad, and detailed, you know what I mean? But we're gonna just share some basic steps that you can take into consideration when starting your business. And again, it depends on what the business is. You may have to do some more extensive research. You may have to do some things that we don't mention on here, but again, these are just the basic steps to start a business.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah. Agreed.
So, first thing I would say is to believe in yourself and believe in the business.
Got to.
Before you even go any further and start writing a business plan and doing research and stuff, believe in, I take that back. You can have a plan. I take that back because sometimes we absolutely have to put it on paper first, right? And just write down our plan and our business goals, right? Okay. But then before you start to execute, make sure that you believe in yourself. You feel me? Like, don't just do it because somebody else is doing it and they're successful. Mm-hmm. That's not the right mindset. You're going to fail at it. Do it because you want to do it and you really believe in it. And that's just the most important thing. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, it just carries you so far when you really, really believe in yourself in every aspect of life. But definitely in business, visualize yourself cutting that grand opening ribbon. You know what I mean? Like, visualize yourself walking through saying, damn, this is my business. Right. I remember I was doing that. Like, I cannot wait till I am walking in, like, and actually step foot and say, this is my shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I actually used to visualize that shit. You know what I mean? So just see yourself in the position that you want to be in and keep seeing that. Put it into the universe. Speak it. Write it out. And just make sure you believe in yourself 110%. And that's all you need. That's all you need.
Yep. And that just reminds me, and I would just say in life in general, I work out with Coach Sean. Shout out to Coach Sean.
Shout out to Coach Sean.
He's not just a trainer; he's actually like a life coach as well. So we actually talked this morning, and he just kind of mentioned, we were just talking about numerous things, but he mentioned like you have to see yourself wherever you see yourself 5 years from now. Is kind of how you have to act. Like, you got to really act the part, So to your point, if you see yourself opening this business, succeeding in it, and whatever else it may be in life, to just really, see yourself, act how you see yourself in the next 5 years, and it will all come together. So definitely believe in yourself, definitely believe in the business. And then like the next step I would say would be, like you mentioned, that whole business plan and the goal. So really, first off, nothing's going to be perfect, so you don't have to have this perfect plan, but it does need to be a plan for you to execute. There's a phrase I can't remember, but it says something like, I don't know, I'll think of it. But basically, without a plan, a business without a plan is, I don't know. Basically, you need a plan. I'll come back to that. But, just coming up with that plan, even if, and some people think, well, I don't even know what to start with that. And it could just be as simple as just write down on a piece of paper, just where you vision it going, the things that you need to start, just some type of start with the plan that you can always edit and continue to, add more to the plan, but you just got to have some type of plan to execute.
Exactly. And a lot of times people just overthink that step. And like you said, it can be real simple. It can be as simple as like, I want to open a salon suite business in 2022 and have 15 suites in Atlanta. You know what I mean? And then
as a start.
It's as a start, right? And then you start to do research. You start to learn about salon suites. You start to look into like the rate for a commercial building, how much it costs to open one, how much they profit, and then you add to it. You know what I mean? So then you say, okay, I want to open a salon suite. You might even get real detailed with, like me, with red, black, and white colors, with red furniture, with glass doors. You know what I mean? In this time frame. And then, of course, what also comes with that is the budget. When you're trying to figure out how much it costs and how much your company is going to gross, you definitely need all those numbers before you start, because first you need to know what you need to start. But definitely having a budget of your startup, and then just your projected earnings. What you think you're gonna make that first year, that second year, just so you have an idea of what you're getting into, so that you feel better about what you're spending because you're gonna make it back. But definitely. And even with the budget, it's as simple as starting out simple at first, and it's gonna grow, it's gonna change, and that's the thing. Your plans are going to change, but you'll have to at least have one to keep you on track. You know what I mean? People think they can store it all in their brain, and I get it. We want to believe in ourselves, but put it on paper. Put it on paper. Keep record of it so you can see it, read it. You know what I mean? And you can even sketch out too. Like I have in my portal, you can even sketch out what you want it to look like. It could be a rough draft. It can be a square with a circle for a chair, with a square for a hair station, some shampoo bowls, you know what I mean? Just so you can lay it out and just really see it. And hey, you might find a building that's a whole completely different shape, but you just still having that vision and having it on paper is what's really going to help guide you and get you through the process.
Yeah, agreed. And I feel like once you have those plans and those goals and those budgets is when you really dig a little deeper into the research. So you want to, whatever the business is, and you guys, you just got to know the power of Google. Literally, I will type in where to buy a salon chair, what color salon chair, and I know we keep using the salon as example, but it could just be, a credit business, how to start a credit repair business, what's needed, just like, don't settle for, I don't know, I know that is just kind of a natural thing. We all just think of it like thinking of a salon suite or how to start a business, period, can just sound overwhelming. But the information is there. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to get it. There, people offer courses and things of that nature. But even then, all that information is just information that's online that's really being compiled, so it's just up to your learning abilities, as far as if you want to pay for courses or just research it. But if you're speaking on a salon, looking at the different salons in the area, who's your competition, I don't know what size to make them. Let me Google a salon suite in the area and Google what the size the salon suite is to see what size theirs is. Let me go into a salon suite and look and get an idea of the size. You got to just get out there and figure it out instead of just sitting here saying, I don't know, I wouldn't know where to start. I don't know what size, I don't know what they put in there. All the information is out there. So just do not hesitate to Google, research mentors and people who teach, the specific field that you're looking to open your business in. But just the information is out there. So research to know what you're getting into. That was a tongue twister. research. To know what you're getting into, again, to know your competition, to help better define your business plan, goals, and budgets for a better execution. I would definitely say that. And then even getting into like the legalities, making sure, that your business is set up structurally, the right way. So whether it's, getting an LLC or some form of actual corporated business, seeing if you don't know what it requires, let me look up what is required to start a boutique, what is required to start a salon. And it will tell you in that particular state if you need bonds, if you need licenses, if you need to consult with an attorney in that case, just make sure that you're set up correctly, because trust me, if you do it the right way and your business takes off, there's a lot of other big things that can happen, again, given that you're set up correctly. So you don't want something to happen in the future where you're trying to elevate your business and you can't because of something that you didn't do at the beginning phase. So.
Exactly. And a lot of this stuff you can actually do yourself. The most standard structure people use is the LLC. Yeah. A lot of people have LLCs. And that kind of just makes your business liable. So if anything happens, they don't go for you. They won't sue you. They'll sue your business. Yeah. So you definitely want to separate yourself from the business, actually operate like a business, get a business bank account, have your business money coming into your business bank account, because that's also, you use that as leverage, and that's how you scale your business. When you go and get loans and things like that, they want to see your income and see that you have consistent income. They're going to want to see like the last 3-month bank statements. So you want to make sure, I know growing up, a lot of times we're taught, I know I was kind of taught just from other business owners to kind of hide your money, hide your income, and, to avoid taxes. And I get it. A lot of people don't like taxes, but I'm telling you, if you want to grow your business and you really want to scale your business, you have to prove that income. It's best to prove more income. The more money you have, the more they will lend you. Yep. I promise you. So just make sure everything just is legit. Don't take any shortcuts. And also when it goes to, to stay on the business structure, like I said, you can do a lot of that stuff yourself. or you can hire somebody, or you can go to websites like Swift Filings. They'll do all that stuff for you.
Right.
They have a bunch of options, but a lot of the stuff you can definitely do by yourself. But if you're like me and you just kind of rather pay somebody to get it done, cool. But you know,
because those sites actually can help. Again, you can't do it all on your own. The business account, the EIN is
Right.
free. The LLC is $50 to $100. So you can. But for those that are seeking assistance, like you said, the places like Swift Filings will do all of that for you. The
They do it
tax
all for
ID,
you.
the business
Yep.
account,
Yep.
set you up with an
EIN.
accountant, EIN, LLC, all of that stuff. So the point is, it can be done one way or another. It's just based off your budget and your time, I guess.
And just having a little patience when you are researching, because it can be
Yeah.
overwhelming, right? And when you're researching, you're going to see successful businesses and you're going to see businesses that have failed, right, in the same industry, in the same business that you're interested in. So, of course, focus on both. You know,
Right.
learn why they failed and learn why they're winning. You know what I mean? And just stick more to the positive side. You know what I mean? Like anybody can, like I say, anybody, a lot of people can open businesses, but who has the right mindset, the right structure, the right organization, the right personality to be successful? So,
And even just like, I know people think like the market being saturated and stuff like that, and I know they don't even let that discourage you. And you know, and think of ways to make yourself stand out. But even with that being said, just think of, they use this example all the time, but when you go in a grocery store, it's 20 different brands of bread, like if not 30 or 40. And they all getting bought and they all making money, you know, and it's all really the same thing. There might be some little twist to the different types of bread, of course, but, you know, find something to set yourself apart. And even if not, just as long as your customer service is on point, you're professional and all that, you're providing good quality, don't worry about the competition, because it's billions of people out here, you know. So
really, that really is the key to it, and that really is what separates people. It's the professionalism and the marketing. You know, you have to put some money into your marketing. But more importantly, I can't stand when I see businesses that do like a flyer off of Microsoft Word or something. You know what I mean? It's like a flyer is like $70, and I get it. You know, money might be tight, but that little extra money you spent for a professional flyer is what's going to make the difference in your business succeeding. Like people are actually going to come to it. First of all, they're going to take you serious.
That part.
Because when you see a Microsoft Word flyer, you're like, I don't even respect that. Like but you want me to come and spend my top dollar with you, but you ain't even invest in it, or you got a sign that's made out of like paper or something. You know what I mean? Like you have to invest, and it's going to pay off, and it's going to separate you from those who are trying to take shortcuts and feel like, oh, it don't matter how the store look as long as the product. No, the store needs to look good. Yeah. You know, you need to be professional. You need to have a professional website. And nowadays, it's like no excuse for a professional website, because you can go to GoDaddy and pay what? Like a domain you can almost get for $5.
Very
really
inexpensive.
A domain, and that's a website. That's like, you know, www.encoresalonsuite.com is the domain, right? That's what you type in to go to the website. So you can purchase those domains for like sometimes $1, sometimes 99 cents to like $5. You can purchase your domain, right? Then you have to connect your website to it. But GoDaddy has website builder, and it's so easy. You don't need any experience. You just upload your photos, put the content, whatever you want on there, and it will look like a professional website to at least get you started, you know. And then once you make some money, you can invest and have a graphic designer, you know, upgrade your website. But take that stuff serious. I think people just underestimate the power, the seriousness of that. You know what I mean? Like the value of it.
Or some people, they do the bare minimum and they get this little clientele and they feel like they're fine. Like, you know, don't realize, like, even if you feel like you're fine, and even if you feel like you're succeeding, you know, you can reach a whole nother audience. And if you're going to do it, why not do it grand? So why not really try to grab everybody and really, and just like you said, the small stuff, the website builder, they have a whole layout for you. So, you know, you're just following it step by step. Even something as simple as getting an 800 number that can be professional. It's very inexpensive. Yeah. I don't know how much I pay, but all this stuff is under like $20 that we're mentioning per month.
Even if you just want a business line that's not an 800 number, if you want a local number, there's apps you can get where you can have a business line come straight to your phone, so you don't have to get a second phone.
Right.
Like
the professional email info ad and all that, and that also comes with like GoDaddy and some of those different domain websites. But just those small things really can just make such a big difference. I swear, like you'd be surprised at who turns down or who looks at the next person. You know, why if I got these two different people and I got one that actually has an 800 number, professional email, professional website, naturally we're all just going to gravitate to the one that
take
just
them a little more serious.
Exactly, because they're taking it more serious.
Right.
Like,
and you respect their business a little bit more, right? Like you said, because you're like, okay, they're serious. You know what I mean? Like, so their service must be serious. Their products must be serious. They must have put that same thought into their service and their products. You know what I mean? So just making sure you're professional, even the way you carry yourself. One thing I want to talk on too, and I know we still going over the steps, but just having a balance between your personal and your business life, right? So still being yourself, but knowing how to just still adjust a little bit and knowing when to, turn your professionalism up a little bit more, you know what I mean? Or your corporate up a little bit, if you will. But one thing I can't stand, right? I cannot stand when people call Encore. And I don't know if it's because they hear my voice and they know I'm black right away or what, but boo, hey, baby, do you got a suite? Boo, do you got a suite? I'm talking about I have never talked to this. I don't even know who it is. And people will call me like, honey, boo. Like the boo and the babe. Babe. That's a big one. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. Do you have a suite? Babe. And I'm like, now, if I was Sally calling from a hair salon, would you be calling Sally babe? You know what I mean? And I get it's just a figure of speech, but I'm like, it still makes me feel a little way. I just be like, damn, be professional. Like, I don't even know you. Like, I haven't even seen you in person. You just called me. You talking about some babe, like, babe. It was one girl who was babe. And okay, babe. Okay, I'll be up there, babe. Okay, babe. I'm like, this looks like we know each other, like we're dating, like, you know what I mean? But
crazy.
It's little stuff like that where people take you just a little bit more serious. Like, you don't need to greet nobody babe or boo that you don't know. Now, once we build a relationship and we cool like that, cool. But, respect Black businesses too, because sometimes I feel like as Black people, when we go to Black businesses, we kind of treat them a little like not so serious, you know what I mean, because they're Black. You know what I mean? For instance, like the whole babe and shit like that. Like if I was white, I definitely know they would not refer to me as that. You feel me? But just respecting Black businesses, you know what I mean, and taking them just as serious as you would a white business and treating them with the same professionalism that you would a white business.
Right.
Help our people. Help us grow. We need the respect from the customers and stuff to treat us like that top company. You know what I mean? Give us that same respect. Exactly. And then also as Black business owners, same thing. Let's make sure we give that same service and give that same leadership, because a lot of times we go and we preach and support Black businesses, but a lot of us are unprofessional. A lot of us don't show up. A lot of us don't show up at the meetings, don't finish the job. And I know that happens all across the board, but I'm just speaking specifically about our people. You feel me? Like, be a good business owner if you want our support. You know what I mean? Be a good business owner. That's all it takes. Respect people's time, respect people's money. You know, these hairstylists out here that be scheduling appointments and not showing up. Even if you're just in a suite, you are still a business owner. And if you want to be treated like that, act like that. You feel me? So,
and communication is so powerful. So things happen, in any business,
exactly.
but just communication, a timely communication makes a big difference, for sure. And just like you said with the work-life balance, like, I'm glad you brought that up, because it's like, be yourself. Like, because I used to hate that sometimes they would make it seem, whoever would make it seem like, if you're professional, you just can't you're not human and you don't live life. And you got to be all serious and shit all the time. And it's just like, it's a time and place for everything. In everything in life, whether it's business, whatever the case may be, just even with your relationships and partners, sometimes you got to act a certain way. But just being able to, I work corporate, being in a room plenty of time with a bunch of older white men, honestly, and I'm still myself. I still crack jokes. I still am Sharice. I'm not being extra nothing, but of course I'm, got my professionalism on. I'm playing the game and I'm, doing what I need to do. So be yourself, definitely preaching that. Always be yourself, but just know it's a time and place for everything.
And let's be clear, we're talking about like minor changes here. For example, when Sharice is at a meeting, instead of her like, sis, bruh, that nigga got you fucked the hell. You're not going to speak like that. Just knowing, when to just turn it up and
shit,
just
crack jokes and all that, but I don't have to be as comfortable and loose as I would be at home. You know what I'm saying? Like at home, it's a whole nother ball game. But
and even just like with social media, right? I remember when I was a barber, we had to, well, I wouldn't say we had to, but I was under the impression that it would be best to separate my personal life from my business life. Yeah. And I actually took a class with a guy, and he was like, no, people actually do want to see that you're human. They want to see that, my barber actually like goes to the park and plays basketball and does shit. So, very true. And that's why, I don't want to push to be your own boss, because like we said, entrepreneurship isn't for everybody. Although I do believe, there's a lane for all of us if everyone does choose that. But that's why being an entrepreneur is just so beneficial, because you do get to be yourself, and you get to just, you get to be yourself to a certain extent. Because I still have meetings and stuff. Like, I still have to just know when to turn it off a little bit when I have meetings. But, I don't have that. Exactly. I can still walk in my establishment. I can still be who I am on social media. Exactly. I am who I am. Period. You know what I mean? And people are really just respecting
And people
realness
love her.
and transparency.
Let
You
me
know what I
say
mean?
that,
Right. So I love that about the career that I'm in. I love that I'm a business owner because I do get to be myself. I get to wear what I want to wear when I want to wear it. And I think that's one of the number one benefits to being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Is being your own damn boss.
Agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know we talked about believing in yourself in the business, writing down your business goals and plans, doing lots and lots of research, setting your business up structurally, you know, the correct way. Funding. Did we talk about funding?
We didn't. We talked about budgeting, but funding.
Okay. So funding, and that go ahead.
I was gonna say this is for the people that did not get the PPP loans and the EIDL. This is for the non-scammers. We know y'all got cash already. We know y'all got something on deck. So y'all,
some of y'all already straight.
Y'all need to make sure y'all invest in that money. That's the thing. Like, let's invest it, y'all. Flip it. Everybody went to the designer stores and shit like that. Let's flip that money. Let's invest it. Let's buy land. Let's buy property. Let's flip some houses. Flip that shit. A lot of y'all that did that, y'all gonna be in the same position in a couple months, and that's what the sad thing is. Some of y'all gonna be right back broke in a couple months. Still got a few nice things, but it's like, come on, like that was our opportunity to come up, y'all. And I hope that. I know some of us did, so shout out to the people that did do that.
Right.
Go ahead.
But if you didn't,
it's
not too late.
It definitely
if you tune
isn't.
in and focus and decide that's what you want to do. So, of course, with funding, any type of funding starts with credit, of course. And just starting with your personal credit as a start before you start achieving business credit. But, you know, I tell people all the time, you know, of course, you can repair your credit yourself. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a bunch of stuff on the internet. You can Google how to go about it, who to contact, how to send dispute letters, all that stuff, what a credit report should consist of, and things of that nature. Or you can hire services to do it for you. I know some of us don't have the time to do it for you, such as mine's Credit Freedom Today. You can check us out at creditfreedomtoday.com. But to just start getting your personal credit together, we go spend $100, $70 quick on just stuff that lasts like that. So why would we not invest that into something like repairing our credit? It blows my mind how often people don't want to make that investment, but will go blow $70, $100 on some bullshit. But you will not spend it on something like credit that can really elevate and change your entire life. If you repair your credit, and I know that a lot of us don't understand the importance of credit to even know that, and that's a whole nother discussion. But I'm telling you now, if you don't know, you don't understand the importance of credit, check out our Facebook page. We share tips and stuff all the time, but book a consultation. We can talk with you. But credit, you know, all these things that we talk about, these businesses and stuff, why not use someone else's money? Why not use somebody else's money, and money that you can, you know, elevate and grow? So repairing your credit, getting those positive accounts, paying your bills on time, to ultimately lead to business credit, which is what you really want to achieve. Your business credit to elevate your business, to start a new business, to do some investments. I know there's the SBA, the Small Business Administration
Association, baby.
They do loans for small businesses, but again, it is going to start with the credit check. So just start. I promise you that credit is so just critical in anything you want to do. Even if you don't have a business idea in mind, get your credit together and go franchise an Encore. You don't even have to like a salon, but you can just sit back and get paid. Go invest into something. Get your money together. You can really leverage it to buy your house and cars, but that's a whole nother discussion. But definitely tap into credit and, you know, start soon, because that the sooner that starts your history. So even if you don't vision what you could do just yet with your business credit, once you get your business established with the LLC, and like Sway mentioned, the business account, you do want the business account, just start getting it established some way, somehow, so that way you can stay ready. You don't have to get ready. Don't wait until the opportunity to come for you to then try to scramble and try to get your credit together. Stay ready, so when the opportunity comes, you can just take off.
Right. And also in regards to funding, though, so there are a bunch of loans. There are some grants that you can look up.
Yep.
Especially for like minority businesses, small businesses, women-owned businesses.
Yeah, definitely.
There's also, you know, sometimes you can also create a business plan and present it to a group of investors. You know what I mean? And if it's really detailed and they see like this is a win-win situation, they'll invest in it. You know what I mean? So there's different options, and that's something you can research too, just how to get funding. Yeah. Different ways to get funding, grants, and stuff like that. It's a lot of government money out here. Interest rates are pretty low, so I would definitely take advantage of that right now. But But yeah, definitely you'll need to just tap into the funding part of it.
And be patient with it too, because even the funding, the loans and stuff, again, a lot of that does originate with your credit, which could take time to get it to where it needs to be to get some of these amounts that you may want. So just don't feel defeated if you feel like you need $100,000 and that just seems so far-fetched, because it's not. Just take the time and have the patience to repair your credit, or research the grants.gov, which is free money. I don't think they run your credit for that, but just find a way, and don't let that be an excuse as to why you can't start your business, because the funding is out there.
Exactly. Have the plan and just have it ready, because you don't. It might be a year later when you get the funding, but you already did all your research, so you're ready to take off.
Exactly.
And also, lastly, before we wrap up, these business tips with steps. When you are seeking mentors and you are looking to purchase these courses and these online portals and stuff like that, I would just encourage everybody to do your research on the person that's selling it do your research on the person that's the mentor
providing the course, right?
Because a lot of this stuff is just a scam. It's just off of hype. They buy followers and makeup reviews and things like that. But just do your research. I think you can pretty much tell who's real and who's not.
Right.
They
actually
usually
look.
Exactly. They should have some type of proof that you can follow up with and just make sure that they're legit. But some of this stuff is pricey, so I would definitely make sure you do your research. And also, don't be afraid to do it. A lot of us don't like to invest money or spend money on like consultations or mentors or courses, because we want to just teach ourselves. But do both. Like, teach yourself and learn from somebody else, because somebody else has already done it. They obviously can prevent a lot of mistakes from you and help you get through it. You know what I mean? And teach you some things that you don't know. So just make sure you do your research and have the courage to step out in faith with the business. If it's a mentor you choose, if it's a course, same steps for everything. Do your research and have faith, because it's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable. You're going to have a little bit of fear, right? Because you're doing something you never did before.
Exactly.
And you're elevating. So that always feels a little bit uncomfortable, but that's how you know you're doing something right. Exactly. That's how you know you're on the right path, and keep pushing. That should get over. You'll get through that feeling. I promise you. It won't be there forever. So just be strong enough to get through that feeling, you know what I mean? Yep. And keep pushing. Keep pushing. You're going to have bumps in the road. Like I said, some shit is going to go off a plan. It's okay. You're going to have to change your plan. It's okay. Your budget might change a little bit. That's okay. That's why you have a miscellaneous budget too. You know what I mean? You have a little amount for miscellaneous unexpected expenses that may occur. And you just always have a backup plan. And that's the best thing you can do, is just have the best plan possible. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to prevent you from just going through so much unnecessary bullshit. You feel me? So we talked about like the marketing aspect of it. Don't be scared to spend money on marketing. Right. People think they got it. Word of mouth. I could walk around, do it. You can, but also invest in marketing. Yes. Even if it's a small amount, even if it's like $50 to $100 a month, and you're doing like a social media ad or something like that. Start there. Like, that stuff gives you insight. It lets you know where people are coming from, if it's male or female, if they're black or white, their age, and you'll kind of know who to target or who's really interested in your product or service. But marketing is so key to any business right now. You feel me? So don't skip that. That should be in your budget. You should have a decent budget for marketing.
Exactly. And being consistent with the marketing as well.
Exactly.
I know consistency is a big key.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Yes, with all of this. I know that I've had my challenges with that, and which is why I've had to hire a team, which don't be afraid to do that, you know, and at first maybe you're not financially able to do that, but just know that as things start to get heavy for you, don't be afraid to get a team and outsource your help. You know, some people look at things like, okay, well, I'm making $50,000, and if I pay somebody to help me, they're taking $10,000, instead of looking at it like you're getting $40,000 for doing very little work because you got somebody else doing it. You know, you really could outsource it all and only get 10 of the $50,000, but you're getting it in your sleep. And if you think like that and you do 5 of those, if I didn't run that by y'all too fast, you're getting $50,000 by just sitting in your sleep, paying people to do everything for you. You're just getting your little check, or your big check rather.
And you're giving yourself more time to just have a peace of mind, to do
family
hobbies,
time,
exactly,
all type of stuff. So don't let it overwhelm you. You know, when you're at that place where you need a team, definitely a team is better than one, no doubt.
Absolutely. And then just still like having that balance, like we talked about before, with work and personal life, right? Like, just not being a workaholic all day, right? You don't want to miss out on life. You know what I mean? So just like we mentioned in episode 1 or 2, just, making sure you have like a list and you're just disciplined enough to follow that list so that you make sure you tap into family, relationship, and work. You know what I mean? Because that's one thing I just really encourage people. Don't, like me. There was a point in time where I did it. I was working like all fucking day. You know what I mean? But make sure you live life. You never know, tomorrow's not promised. You never know when it's your last day. So make sure you have some type of fun in the midst of all that work, period. I know we got big goals and shit, and we like, I sleep when I die and all that. No, take a little, go to bed, sleep for like 5 hours, wake up. You'll be re-energized and you'll be better. Your brain will be focusing better, and, you'll be more productive. So definitely just take care of yourself. As you're going through that. And then listen, another thing, as you are on your journey to start your business, do not expect nobody to put you on.
Amen.
Do not expect nobody to be like, listen, I'm doing it. Do not be leaning on nobody else to make sure you are successful. Do not take it personal when they don't put you on. I don't care how close they are to you. They worked to get where they are. They don't owe anything to anybody. It does not matter who you are, even if it's twin. It does not matter who you are. Like, so don't be feeling like you obligated or like somebody owes you anything because they made it and they're your friend and they're this, that, or they got the connect, or they know a producer and you trying to make beats and you like, damn, why you ain't plugging me with the producer? You don't even know the situation. You know what I mean? Like, it could just be so many reasons why, but it's not for you to take it personal.
Exactly.
It's for you to make that producer see you. You know what I mean? Like, do what you got to do to be seen. Get in the room and just do the work. Do the work. He's going to find you. He's going to see you. You feel me? But
they'll be coming to you at that point. That's how it always happens. It reverses.
I think a lot of people sometimes create their business playing off of somebody else's connect too. Like, you know what? I'm going to do beats because Buddy be hanging around a bunch of producers and shit. I can go right there. He put me on. I'm going to go. He going to take me to the top. And no, you're going to be highly disappointed. Yeah. It does not work like that. It doesn't have to work like that. It's not supposed to work like that. But too many people feel they are owed something because of their connection to somebody else who is successful. Go get it out the mud your damn self. They got it out the mud and you don't know their connection with that person. They might not even know you enough to trust you to be sitting here trying to refer you. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, hey, this is my butt. You know what I mean? Like, they can't mess up their business relationship with that person that they worked so hard to establish. You feel me? So it's just a lot of reasons, and it's not for you to take it personal. Don't even focus on that shit. Don't expect nothing. And when somebody does something for you, it is such a dope bonus. You feel me? It's a dope bonus. But don't depend on it. You feel me? And
definitely.
Speaking of that too, it's like, people really are surprised. They wonder why. Like, damn, why don't people put other people on? I know it definitely varies, but sometimes people just don't want you to do better than them. Sometimes people really are intimidated by you. Like, hell no, if I give you the blueprint, you're gonna take over and surpass me. You feel me? So.
And that's a whole nother discussion.
Exactly. And it's not necessarily that all the time, but sometimes it is that. People are just really intimidated by other people's success, which sucks. You know what I mean? I wish we had more of a team mentality, but it's the truth. So, and don't even take that shit personal. You know what I mean? Just
do what you do.
Do what you got to do. Absolutely.
Yep. And I know we talked about in episode 2 that I definitely want to bring back up is just make sure you focus on being successful and not looking successful.
Exactly.
Right. Don't worry about what nobody else is expecting your business to do in X amount of time. You focus, you make sure you following your plan, you make sure you executing, and make sure that you're really focused on your business being successful, not just making it look like it. And even with yourself, I know we talked about that plenty of times, but that unfortunately is what a lot of people are doing these days, more focused on looking like it. So focus on being successful, having patience,
and don't announce shit at the least until it's final. I'm talking about in writing and everything. I know we get so excited. Like
I definitely didn't.
As soon as we get a little piece of news or a little bit of hope, we want to go blast it. You know what I mean? Wait, because shit could
move in silence.
Exactly, move in silence.
Powerful.
Move in silence and show them. If you're going to show them when it's done. But while you're in the process, keep it to yourself. Because you never know. Shit can take crazy turns. And then you be stuck trying to explain yourself. You feel me? But more importantly, you don't want other people's energy and shit affecting you during the process. You know what I mean? So just keep everybody out of it. Once it's said and done, can't nobody even persuade you. It's done. You feel me? It's just a matter of you support me or not. It's done now. So don't tell me I shouldn't have done it. It's done. You feel me? So, man, just...
continuing to learn and seeking knowledge, and just never stop learning. Your business should grow and should change. So what it looked like and how it started off initially should be totally different 5 years down the line for the better. Whether you're improving your customer service, whether you're improving your quality of work, whatever the case may be, just continue to learn and elevate.
Keeping up with
to keep
technology,
growing.
absolutely.
Right,
Keep
keeping up with
growing.
technology.
Absolutely. Never stop learning. Never
Yeah.
stop learning. Things are always changing. It's always a better way, a quicker way, a smoother way to do something. So, just stay in the loop. Even if you're super successful, stay in the loop. Stay in the loop. Make sure you're on top of your game. Stay hungry. You feel me? Like, you're gonna go through so much shit. Like, I can't stress this enough. I tell people all the time, like, don't you see, all y'all see is the ribbon cutting. You feel me? Y'all don't see, and we showing y'all the buildings, like, excited, like, ooh, we painting and shit like that. Y'all don't see when the contractor stole the money and ran off, or when the contractor didn't finish the job, or it took them 2 months longer than they said. Now you got to push the grand opening back. You feel me? Like,
blood, sweat, and
so
tears.
much shit. Exactly. Literally blood, sweat, and tears. You feel me? Like, so it's okay. You might even cry sometimes. Like, it is okay. It's totally fucking normal. I promise you,
Just
men
keep
and
pushing.
women have cried.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you got to keep pushing.
Stay pushing, stay hungry. Like, shake that shit off, wake up that next day, and just keep fucking going. Like, figure out a way to make it happen.
Right.
You feel me? Like,
everything gets resolved, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
One way or another. So you know that regardless of what can happen, it can be fixed, it can be worked around, it can be changed, it can still happen.
Exactly. Yep. And man, I just want to encourage people to just believe in yourself and accomplish your goals regardless of what anybody thinks, y'all. Like, that's one thing, as you can see, we kind of really stress because so many people are trying to live for other people. But man, I just want to give a shout out to people that are starting their businesses, to people who are going to listen to this podcast and actually go do some research and create a business plan. Good luck to you. You can do it. You can do whatever it is. I promise you can. You know what I mean? It's just going to take some time, some patience, like a mug. Patience. It don't matter at what pace nobody else is going at. Your pace is different.
Right.
Your life is different.
Your timing.
Your experience is going to be different than everyone else's. So don't think you're going to exactly duplicate anybody else's experience. You don't want to. You're going to have your own experience. And it's just always so worth it. Just be a good person. Be a good person. Don't do people wrong. Don't steal. Don't try to get over on people. That goes such a long way. You just being a good person. And God, the universe, is going to bless you. You feel me? So do right. Right will come to you. I'm not saying if you do right, wrong will never come to you. Because people be like, damn, I did good. Why that shit happened to me? Fuck that. I'm going to just be a messed up person. No, just keep doing your part. Keep doing your part. You know what I mean? And
Yep. And shout out, you done?
Yeah, I'm
okay. I didn't mean to cut you off. I know you're not done. I know we go for days. But I just wanted to say, I know you said shout out to all the business people, but shout out to all the corporate people, all the people working the 9 to 5s, the 11 to 8s, hell, the 6 to 2s and shit.
Listen.
Like overnight, I couldn't even do that. But just remember, I know we do talk about businesses often, which we always encourage people to just, find your happiness, whatever that is. So if it's starting your business, if you're happily going to work 9 to 5 and coming home and you're satisfied, your pay is good, be happy, and I just want to elaborate just real quickly on things to do with that. So I know some people who are maybe working corporate and they're not quite ready to start a business, but they want to, elevate their corporate position. There's online, you can look, there's resumes online. There's resume writers, just find out what field you want to go into. A lot of this stuff is who you know, speak with people. Again, like I mentioned earlier, act the part and play the part. I started off working at a call center making $8 to $10 an hour before I landed a 6-figure job and that I did not go to school for. But I walked around with pride. I asked around. I got to meet people. I networked. I saw it. I believed it. I visioned it that I wanted to be a 6-figure corporate employee if I was going to be doing it. And I just worked my way towards it. Even learning how to type. I literally went online and Googled how to type, a typing lesson or course or whatever it was, and taught myself how to type so that I could type at a decent rate, how to write professional emails. I would Google. I literally taught myself how to land a 6-figure job. And I'm just sharing that with y'all because you can too. So you don't have to sit and settle for a low-paying job. Go Google how to write those professional emails. Just speak professionally. Just speak with confidence. It's really all it is. It's okay to not know something. I've been in meetings where I didn't know things, and I would just handle it with confidence. But just encouraging those that use your 9 to 5 to chase whatever your dream is, or to start your business. Use that that's exactly what I did. I used that job. And I looked at it as my side hustle. This is my side hustle. I'm going to wake up every day and I'm going to work this job. I'm going to put money to the side, do whatever I need to do. I'm going to use them to get where I want to go and do that. But again, those who want to stay in the corporate field, shoot for the stars. You can land 6-figure jobs. You can get an executive role. You can do that as long as you see it, act the part, and take necessary actions, like I said, such as getting your resume together, going into the interview with confidence, you can land those jobs as well. And even with certain fields that you may feel like require experience, because I know often people will say, well, I don't have experience in this field, or even the people hiring may say they want you to have experience. Find out how to get some experience. You can take free courses online with certain fields, but just figure it out. I promise you, it can be done. I did it with an associate's degree in fashion design. Clearly, I'm not doing shit with that. So whatever it is you want to do in life, just do that shit.
Absolutely.
Do it gracefully. Do it with confidence. Do it with pride, and just ultimately do whatever makes you happy.
Absolutely. And listen, when you're trying to make that transition from a 9-to-5 to a business owner, listen, it's going to require you to be a dog. You hear me? Like, you're going to have to be a soldier. You feel me? And you can do it. It's just going to be temporary, right?
Right.
You can't get off at 5 o'clock and shut your brain off. And then you just sitting up watching Jerry and Love and Hip Hop the rest of the night. You got to dedicate some of that time to your business, or you're never going to make that transition. Yeah. And you're going to be tired when you get off at 5. And you're going to be like, damn, I want to chill and but no, you have bigger dreams, right? So it's going to require you to sacrifice all your shows, all your bullshit time, some sleep, and you just get it done. But it's only going to be temporary. You know what I mean? So have a plan in 4 months or 6 months or 8 months, whatever. I'm going to have this much saved up and I'm going to start this. And you might even keep your 9-to-5 while you start your business. But don't quit too soon. Make sure it makes sense. Make sure you have a budget.
Right.
Make sure you're financially stable with your business. But just understand that transition is going to require you to be a dog. But guess what? It's a dog in everybody. Like, if you really, really want something, you can accomplish that shit. You can, but you have to really want it, not just say it. Yeah, everybody want to be wealthy. Yeah, I want to be rich. You don't really want to be rich for real. Like, for real. Like, I don't feel that shit when you say it. You should feel it. You should think it every day. You should put it out into the universe every day, and it's going to happen. You feel me? But understand that sacrifice you're making. That 9-to-5 is really going to be like a 9 to 9, you know, and even if you put like an hour or two every day, that's still going to be progress.
Even earlier in the day.
You feel me? Exactly.
Because I know that
Start
often
your
that
day
would be my
early.
challenges. I would get home and I would be so tired and drained, but wake up a couple hours early. Do what you got to do. And I know you mentioned earlier, like the whole work and life balance, but this is a situation where you're grinding. So you are going to have those moments where you are grinding and having long days for the bigger picture when you're working on it towards a specific goal. And that is the time when you definitely want to do that. So because you know that at the end of the tunnel, you'll be a business owner doing your own thing, working your own schedule. So grind it out, and definitely just stay focused and work hard.
You only need 7 hours of sleep, really. And even if you have 5, it's okay. You're going to be okay, I promise you. Don't put in your head that you just, oh my God, I cannot go through don't even put that in your head.
Right.
Actually say, shit, I'm going to be good off of 5 hours. You feel me? So a lot of it is just mental. Don't discourage yourself. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't tell yourself you're tired. Don't tell yourself it's not enough time in the day, because it is. It's 24 hours in a whole fucking day. You feel me? So watch what you're telling yourself too, and watch your circle like we always talk about. But definitely it's possible, y'all, and you know, just go after that shit. Don't feel stuck in your 9-to-5
Exactly.
if you don't want it.
And I just want to say one last thing too, to just use that, you know, like you said, if you really want it, you're going to figure it out. Like, you know, us women that get our bodies done, we really want that body. We figure out how to come up with them.
They
10
think
reps.
about it every day and watch pictures and look at the videos.
We figure out
and
how
look
to
at
come
other
up with
girls
that 10
every
reps
day.
for that.
Exactly.
But can't figure it out to start our business. The men who go buy all these designer stuff and want to put all this time and effort in the streets to hitting licks and all that. That's the whole process, planning out. You making sure it happens by any means necessary. You getting those Jordans. You getting your ass up early, standing in line, planning it out. Put that same effort into what you really want to do.
Facts.
And all that other shit will come. Like Facts. It will come naturally. You can do whatever you want to do at that point. So just think about how hungry you are for the bullshit, for lack of a better word, but just to be honest. You know, for other things, let me just be a little sensitive about it, and just use that same methodology towards achieving your goals. I promise you, and you will achieve it. Clearly, you see, y'all get that shit done, so you figure it out. So
that's a good point.
Yes,
that's a good point.
You got anything else before we hit them with the quote of the day?
No, go and drop them with the quote of the day.
The quote of the day is, I'm gonna start rapping it. You can't let your failures define you. You have to let your failures teach you. And this is a quote from Barack Obama, and I just want to repeat it one more time. You can't let your failures define you. You have to let your failures teach you. So we all will experience failures. That is just a fact. There's no way around that. But it's really how we handle them that determines that just determines everything.
Right. How we bounce back.
How we bounce back, right? Using those failures as a lesson. What did you learn from it? What did I do wrong? What could I do differently? Furthermore, let me just experience it, go through it, know that it can all be resolved, and like the quote said, just use that as an opportunity to learn.
Right, because it's never a failure; it's always a lesson, y'all. It's always a lesson, and every successful person has failed, so you have to fail. So to those of you scared to fail, you're never gonna make it. Yep. I promise you. Like you have, and it doesn't have to be like a big failure, like you lost your whole life, car, and crib, and all that. But you know what I mean, shit is gonna happen that you're not gonna be happy with.
Yeah.
But it's always a lesson. So take the lesson out of it and just apply it to the future. And I promise you, when you look back, you're going to appreciate some of those failures. Yes. Like, damn, I wouldn't have known that if I didn't fail at that. You feel me? And now I know how to really handle that. I know how to prevent it.
Yes.
And, it's just how you respond. So everything is a lesson, y'all. That's all I got. You got anything else, Twin?
Nope. I hope we motivated y'all. I hope y'all got something from this. I hope y'all leave from here figuring out what makes you happy. And, I hope y'all learned a little something today.
Absolutely. Well, we about to tap out, y'all. Once again, make sure y'all subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, TapInWithTheTwins.com. Subscribe on YouTube. Share on Facebook, Instagram, all that great stuff. We appreciate the support.
Thank
you. We'll see y'all next week.
See ya.
We tapping out. Chill.
Chill.